This year's PAX West was one to remember as hundreds of thousands flocked to Seattle for 4 days of gaming. We, Switzer and Gabrielle Castania, packed in as many demos as we could over the weekend, and now that it's over, we're here to bring you our 10 can't-miss games and moments from PAX West 2024. And yes, we typically do a recap video that outlines this, but, well, take a listen to this nail-biting audio.
Ability swaps her out.
Changing Tides studio Okamoto's next project is Herdling, an emotionally evocative adventure about herding beasts across a stunning mountain pass. Drawing inspiration from games like Journey, Herdling uses music and environments to create a compelling and unforgettable story about survival and companionship. Pizza Bandit is what you would get if Overcooked and Gears of War had a terrible pizza-themed creepy sci-fi baby. And terrible is a good thing. Made by developer Jovsoft, this shooter tasks you and 4 teammates with staving off monster invasions while also operating a functional pizza restaurant, playing as former mercenaries turned chefs, returning to a life of violence to earn the money necessary to sustain a pizza shop in peace. With several other restaurants coming, personalized characters, and plenty of weaponry to choose from, check the game out now in early access to strike a careful balance between cooking and killing. Because as the game's slogan says, pizza heals, bullets kill. Chainstaff comes from Mommy's Best Games and asks the question, what if one weapon could do everything? In this throwback to classic shoot-em-ups, the titular chainstaff is a spear, a grappling hook, a shield, and ladder, and probably a dozen other things you'll need to discover on your own. Filled with funny, surprising moments as well as brutal challenges, Chainstaff promises to be a fresh take on a familiar genre. Animal Well made a huge splash earlier this year as the first game published by Big Mode, a studio created by YouTuber Video Game Donkey. Gabrielle got a chance to sit down with developer Billy Basso to talk about the game at PAX West at the Big Mode booth, asking about everything from the inspiration behind the game, what's next for Basso, and where he got the idea for that frickin' ostrich boss. Check out her full write-up soon for all the details. One of our biggest surprises of the show, Infinity Nikki, is an open-world RPG platformer and dress-up game. Explore a serene countryside completing quests to help local animals and earn points to unlock new dresses. With every dash, double jump, and glide, mystical fashionista Nikki instantly swaps outfits. Did we mention you also can groom stray dogs and cats? It does what other games aren't brave enough to do, and we're Nikki pilled. In the upcoming Life is Strange double exposure, original protagonist Max Caulfield returns once again, a decade later and much more mature than she was in high school. An artist in residence at a university, Max finds her best friend Safi murdered one night, and in an attempt to solve the crime and absolve her friend Moses of the blame, Max learned that her powers have changed since he used them last back in high school, now able to move seamlessly between 2 realities, one where Safi was murdered and one where she wasn't. Using her new powers and a little help from her friends, Max will be solving another supernatural mystery on October 29. It's hard to swing a controller without hitting a retro survival horror game these days, but Heartworm looks like it has what it takes to be a breakout hit. Solo developer Vincent Adinolfi is the mastermind behind the game's nightmarish reality where creatures made of TV static have invaded a quiet suburban neighborhood. With an emphasis on composition and lighting using striking fixed camera angles, Heartworm has all the tension and horror you love from Silent Hill and Resident Evil. Gabrielle loves a good creepy visual novel, so one of the first things she checked out was urban myth Dissolution Center. Playing as a scared young girl with the power of clairvoyance, the ability to see a limerence of people or items that used to be present in any given space, she finds herself at the center looking for answers, only to be roped into working for them to get to the bottom of all manner of supernatural occurrences with a ragtag team of others with similar powers. If you liked Paranormal Sight last year, and plenty of us here at The Gamer did, then make sure Urban Myth Dissolution Center stays on the radar for the first quarter of 2025. PAX is just as much about tabletop as it is video games, and Kess Entertainment delivered the best of both worlds with 2 new Sonic the Hedgehog games. Sonic Speed Battle is a fast-paced casual card game that's actually 3 games in one, while Sonic Roll is a dining room table board game that reimagines classic 2D games as cooperative tabletop adventures. With multiple game modes including a full campaign, campaign, and even some unlockable quote-unquote bonus content, Sonic Roll is everything a Supersonic superfan could want from a board game. If playing a JRPG as a king wasn't enough for you, consider checking out Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven, an upcoming title from Square Enix that completely remakes the 1993 Japan-exclusive Super Famicom game. You'll play through 7 generations of the same royal family, overseeing the establishment, development, and defense of the Kingdom of Avalon. At the end of each ruler's reign, you'll choose who to pass on your skills and abilities for the next generation of your lineage before playing through a whole campaign as your successor. With turn-based combat, plenty of exploring to do, and dynamic party members that rely on your team formation on the battlefield to succeed, lead Avalon to greatness beginning on October 24. These are our 10 can't-miss games and notable moments from PAX West 2024, but there are dozens more we got to play, so check out the rest of our PAX coverage on YouTube and thegamer.com. That's The Gamer, no spaces.